Okay, YouTubers, I have picked a name. Well, my husband and I picked the name. The original name was going to be the Fruity or Nutty Fruit Farm. Although I really like the sound of it, my husband's like, no, it's not. I'm not nutty and I'm not a fruit, and we're not going to call it that. So I had him think about it and think about it and think about it. And I told him, I said, everybody names their homesteads after what they either sell or what they have on their homestead or something to that nature. But anyways, and I told him, well, we're going to be selling nuts and we're going to be selling fruit. And we're going to have an orchard and I'm planting a whole bunch of nut trees. And that's what's going to pretty much what we're going to be selling and trying to make a profit on and help with a few things. And although we're going to get goats and we'll be selling the babies and things like that, you know, that's not going to be our staple. Our staple is going to be what we produce. So Nutty Fruit was like a really good name. So anyways, he finally came up and said, okay, I'll accept Nutty Fruit, but I don't want a farm, I want hollow. So that is now our new name. It is the Nutty Fruit Hollow. The new property is down in a hollow. So it is down in a valley with hills and stuff all around us. So, I mean, it kind of really fits. So I accepted it. I was like, okay, so it works either way. And I get my name, Nutty Fruit. So it's pretty cool. Anyways, I did a video, which is going to come up in just a minute and show you the property, show you the house, what's going on right now, what we're going to be doing in the future. There's just a lot going on. Right now we are focusing on the inside of the house so we can actually move there. Right now we cannot move there. There's a lot of things that still need to be done, and I go through all of that in the video. So I just wanted to let you know what the new name is of our new homestead, and we will go from there. All right, I hope you like. Thanks. And don't forget to subscribe because there's going to be a lot more coming. Thanks. Bye-bye. You got it on? Hello everyone on YouTube, and we have finally picked our farm name. I wanted to call it the Nutty Fruit Farm. We are planning on having a lot of nut trees and fruit trees, and that's what we're really going to be selling to try and make some money. Although we are going to have vegetable garden, and we're going to look at possibly selling vegetables, things like that. But our main staple is going to be selling nuts and selling fruit. We are planning on getting goats to go along with all of our existing animals, which would be our meat rabbits, our ducks, our rowan ducks, and also all of our chickens. So we are on our way to the new farm. I haven't posted anything until I figured out what our name is. And although Darren does not like the Nutty Fruit Farm because they don't want people to think that he's nutty and he's a fruit, we have decided on the name of the Nutty Fruit Hollow. And that is because we are in a hollow. We are way down at the bottom with hills all around us. So that is where we are heading right now. And I will let you know that I am not holding the phone or the video because I am driving. But I wanted to give you an idea of what we have in our new homestead. Our old homestead, I should tell you that we're in the middle of the city. Our property is 40 feet by 120 feet with a 30-foot by 30-foot house sitting on it, which takes up a lot of room, giving us hardly anything to work on. But we have managed the past 7 years to save up some money and to be able to buy a 6-acre homestead with a house already on it. The house was originally 3-bedroom, 1 bath. We have turned it into a 3-bedroom. Got rid of one of the bedrooms upstairs and turned it into a study. So it's now 3 bedrooms, and we've added a 2nd bath onto the 1st floor. So we now have 3 bedrooms, 2 bath. This is where we're going. We're coming down into the hollow now. And I haven't posted in a long time. If you want to see our previous posts, you can look at Farmer's Homestead. Or no, Father's Homestead. I'm sorry, Father's Homestead is what we were under. It's been a long time since I posted to it because we have been just working on trying to get a homestead to move to. And this is it. The tree line there on the right hand side is where the property actually starts. So we do have some trees. We don't go up too high. We are approximately about 300 feet up the hill. And we got a lot of deer and we got a lot of wood. So we have installed already a wood burning stove. We're planning on doing most of our heat through that. But I wanted to give you a chance to look at it, and this is it. We have done a lot of work already, although we still have a lot more to go. And I will be posting videos on a lot of our accomplishments and going through and showing you what still needs to be done with the house. And I'll post videos and stuff of how to do some of this stuff. We are going to be jacking up the house, and I will post videos how to jack up a house. We are doing it ourselves. We are not having contractors out. And these would be our neighbors here. So as you see, we don't have any neighbors close by. I'm going to go ahead and turn around and we'll hit the other way and park it. So I'll be back in a minute. Go ahead and hit it. All right, well, there we go. There is the house. We've moved some of our flowers in front of the mailbox. The stone was all covered, or the brick was all covered. We had to actually shovel dirt to reveal it. There was one little brick that was showing, and I was like, yeah, it might be there. So, but there it is. I'm going to go around, I'm going to walk around and show you what we've got going so far. And let's start with there. I was going to do a PowerPoint of what the house looked like prior to us buying it, and that way you can see what we've done already. We have already swung the stairs around, and we've taken down some of the deck, in which we'll get to that in a minute. A lot of trees are cherry, and we have some black walnut. We have an Amish guy coming to take 31 cherry trees and also 7 black walnut trees to pay us for them. We have just signed a gas lease for $15,000. They're going to pay us up front, and then from there they will pay us around about $800 a month for the gas rights underneath our property. So that's a nice income. Our idea is for me to be able to retire. I work a full-time job and hoping to actually make money on this homestead enough that I can quit my job and retire. So this is where we're at. You will see that we have a small little area up front that's pretty close to the road, and it gets plowed in when the plow comes by. We are very close to the road. We have approximately, I would say, probably about 1,500 feet of road frontage. The whole property is road frontage. So that gives you that side. That's the road, goes all the way through. So we are going to extend our parking. That is one of our main things that we're going to do this summer. What we have right now is everything that we've torn out of the house, all the plaster, all the drywall, all the flooring, all the junk, the toilets, everything has been put in right here, in which I have going to be covering with dirt. It's going to extend all the way out to the edge of that trailer, and that's going to allow us to park front in first and straight in. We've already had one truckload brought in. For fill, the nice thing about fill is they actually pay us to take it. So we get, it's not a lot. You get $25 per load that you're going to take. And we're going to probably take on, probably about 8 loads to cover all of this up and extend our parking out. So as we go on, walk over here, we have a great big load that we also got paid to take, is horse manure mixed with a whole bunch of straw and stuff. It's already been composted. It's been sitting for approximately about 9 months. So, and I started yesterday to start spreading it for the garden, and as you can see, we have had a lot of rain, and I'm just digging up with the tractor the grass and everything. So we decided we're just going to wait a little bit. We gotta wait till it dries out some. Our neighbor, you can't see him. That's our neighbor up there. He's so far up there he can't see us. He sees us when he comes down, that's it. We have one neighbor over there, in which he kind of does his own thing, and we can't see him either. And as I turn, all the way down there is the other neighbor. And way down there you'll see that there's a garage. That's the neighbor's garage. Our property ends right up against that garage. So this is everything, guys. Go all the way back into there, and then we are approximately, I would say another 700 feet past the very end that you can see there. You'll see this is going to be our garden. That's the whole area that's going to be garden. We're also going to move our elderberries from the other property over to here. Elderberries are going to be here. Some fruit trees are going to go in here. This is going to be pretty much, it's approximately about an acre and a half. We're going to go up onto the hill and get rid of some of those trees, and we're going to that's where our orchard's going to go. And then down here, this is our water supply. We have spring water. So the spring is actually back in that hole back in there. And it comes out and goes to a mud box, and then it goes into our holding tank. And this is our holding tank. It's approximately about 600-700 gallons. And we got hay on it because we haven't had a chance to build a shelter before winter time. So we put hay on the lines that are going in and coming out to keep it from freezing. It worked. We only froze one time, but it wasn't here. So that worked out good. We got some block and everything. You'll see us. I'll post a video. We're going to be building a little shed over it. It's to keep all the rainwater and the groundwater and stuff, and we're going to put in some perforated pipe around it to kind of like move the water around it and not go over top of it. We have, and all of this drains, that little thing right there, there's a pipe in there. It drains to our stream. This stream runs from one end of the property all the way up there at the very beginning, 700 feet past that, all the way through the entire property, all the way down to the very end. So it's a stream that constantly runs. Has not yet dried up yet. Last year, we bought the property in June of last year, of 2017. And this is Easter Sunday today. And I wanted to post a video because this is the day. It's April Fool's. So I figured, good day to post. We have a bridge that goes across the stream. And the bridge needs fixed. so much rain. This used to be that up on top, and it has caved in. We've had some landslides, so we got a lot of water. I'll take you back in here. We cleared all this, the whole land was covered in just weeds and grass that were, and as you can see on the hillside, there's still some there. There's Desiree. Everything was just covered. All the pastures were, you know, 4 or 5 feet high. You couldn't walk through. So we kind of like started clearing some stuff with just the lawnmower and just kind of threw it in. And then we ended up buying a tractor. But you can see, if you look up there, you'll see a stick that has an orange flag on it. That's the end of our property line. So we don't go too far up on the hill, which is nice. We're pretty much all flat. The top of the hill here is flat. This is where we're planning on putting the barn. Again, we're hoping to do it this year. Might not be this year though. It might end up being next year. We are going to build our own pole barn. Do it by hand ourselves. I'm pulling the topsoil off because the topsoil I'm going to end up using over there where the car is. After we have the fill put in, I'm going to put topsoil down in order to be able to plant something there. So we are scraping the topsoil off with the tractor and going to use it over there. And that way the barn will go here. But this is going to be where the barn is. Fairly close to the house. Up a small little hill, but not bad. If I have to put a couple little stairs in, I will. But all in all, I think it's okay. But this gives you a really good view of the property up here. So, we've already started removing some trees. There's just been a whole lot of trees. I mean, a lot of trees. And these trees were dead. So we started cutting them out. And our original thing was right there in that patch on the other side of the creek. We were going to put the garden there, and that's why we wanted to start here with getting rid of the trees so we get some sunlight. But then we decided to put the garden all the way over there in the pasture. So our idea is to go with very little fencing for the goats. One way to do that is that we do have a stream that goes from one end of the property all the way to the other end of the property. And goats don't like getting their feet wet, so they will never cross the stream. So we do not have to fence that aside. All the way back there, there is a stream, a spring actually, underground spring that comes up, and they will not cross that either. It's just about as big as this. It flows into this stream. And so we really just have to fence. We're going to try and fence right in this area here for the goats right now. And then we're going to try and get some, we got enough land and brush that needs to be cleaned out. So they will have a field day with this. And then all over on the other wooded area, the first part of the video, they will have all that area as well. So, this is our tractor. It's we just bought it in October. Never thought I'd own a tractor, and I was able to get one though. It is a New Holland. It's a 2004 New Holland. Came with a 60-inch mower deck, a 60-inch rotor tiller on the back, and it has a front end loader. And it had 488 hours on it. So we got a really good deal, and we ended up getting it for $10,000. So I thought that was a pretty good deal. We ended up going to our John Deere tractor people, and they sell used, and that's what we saw, and it had everything we needed, and that's what we grabbed. And it helped also that my sister's husband is the general manager, which allowed us to get a better deal. This is a bridge that was already here. We're gonna have to fix it a little bit, but you can cross it. But that's the stream. Stream goes all the way down. There's a burn pit right there. But it follows the whole entire property all the way down. So up there on that hill, we're going to plan on flattening that out a little bit, fencing it off, and also putting some orchard up there. We're doing peaches, plums, apricots, apples, and I think that's about it. And cherries. The cherry trees that we have here are wild cherries, a black cherry. So these cherry trees don't do really well. They get these tiny little ones that are for birds, and you can't use them for anything. That hillside there going up to the road all the way down. There is a great big, the biggest one right there, biggest tree. That is a hickory. And I did not get a chance to see if there was any hickory nuts that fall from it. But there was a lot of squirrels, so I'm going to take a guess that there was probably a lot of nuts. And this tree right here is one of the trees I was supposed to be taking. It's a black walnut. But I have enough black walnut, smaller ones, that they don't want. So we're going to still have black walnuts. But the hillside, we're going to be planting some trees on the hillside. Again, some cherry, things like that. We get a lot of deer here, so we need to fence off everything. But this is going to be our pasture. This whole side of the creek is going to be for the animals. And then the other side of the creek is for us. That's for the garden, for everything else. All the tree branches and stuff, we're going to be chipping those up. And that will become mulch for the garden. Flower beds, things like that. Alright, we're going to go ahead and take a walk to the house. And there's the back of the house. As you can see, we already narrowed down the back porch. It used to go all the way across the entire length of the house, but it was not built right. It was really bad. It was unstable and it was unsafe, and we had to remove it in order to make sure that we weren't going to fall, or none of the kids would fall or anything. So, still got a little fixing on this one to do, but I'm going to go up to the deck. And here is our view from the deck. That over there is the old tin shed that was here. It got blown away. We're going to have to get that pulled out of there. But there's our view. That's going to be the barn up there on that little hill. See all the way down to the garden and the road. Alright, let's go inside. We're coming in from the back now. So the back, we walk right in. This was all an addition on this side. So this was the original house right there. It has the original wood siding, which we're going to actually fix up and redo. We decided to keep the exposed beams after we removed all the drywall that was on. And we put up wood on the top, and underneath that is also insulation. So it is vaulted in here. We've had this stained glass in our old house hanging on a wall for 7 years. We decided to install it above the doorway to the living room. But before we get to there, let's turn around right behind us. is the kitchen. We're putting puck lights up. We've already removed all the drywall. That's a chimney that is capped off at the top and roofed over. We're going to look at possibly removing it and putting it back up. We put in our really nice lights that work. So where are we at? Okay, so we have the flooring. The flooring, we had already removed everything. It was about 5 layers. You can see some of it already still there. You can see that it's not in that great a shape. We got to fix some of the flooring, but we are putting vinyl down all through here. That is probably the best thing for us to have. It stays good, nice, looks good, and it holds up to traffic. These are the cabinets. We've already removed some of them. That was where the stove went. We are going to be putting cabinets there. So the cabinets are going to go all the way across and all the way to here. And we're going to put all uppers in as well. On this side, we are, again, more exposed wood siding, which we're going to try and keep as much as we can. But this is also going to be washer and dryer on a platform right there. Then countertop, stove, and another small countertop. That is the door to the basement. And that was going to be all shelving for our canning supplies and stuff like that. All of our canning goods. And here's a better look at the dining room.
So you're not going to show this wall?
I'm going to. I don't want to move too fast and get them all. So there used to be a wall right here. It went right across here, right in line with this wall here. And it was, the house sunk on this corner right here. This corner is down about 5 inches, and this is what we got to pick up. We're going to jack it up 5 inches. So everything from the brick of that fireplace all the way down to the corner on the other side over there is all sunk. So that's what all has to be jacked up. Everything else is good. So washer and dryer is going in here. We are changing out the window that was here. There used to be an original window. It was only that big. We're going back to that. That is because we are putting a wall that goes across like this. And that wall is going to go all the way down and it's going to hit right about here. And that is going to become our second bathroom. There's Desiree. Toilet, everything is just junk in here. We've already gutted it pretty much and getting ready to put it back together. We've already got the insulation in. Our refrigerator is going to be right here, right where that cabinet used to be. We pulled it out. That's what that is. We're going to put the refrigerator right there. And then right on the edge of that refrigerator is where the wall is going to go. And that will become our bathroom. So that is going to be our shower. Again, all this is going to be installed. I will do videos on how to install all this stuff. So you can see if you buy a house, this was a foreclosure. If you buy a foreclosure, you can have an idea of what you need to do. I should have done all this before, but I didn't. We've already done all the drywall. We've installed a sliding glass door here. Lets in lots of light. There's a lot of light in this house. Tons of light in this house. This is our living room. We put in the window right there, which allows us to look out. See if anybody's coming. We've installed the wood stove. I built the hearth. I exposed all the brick from, it used to be plaster, exposed all the brick and got it sealed. And This is all that we've gone ahead and instead of putting all drywall going all the way across, we plan on heating with this wood. So we installed some windows on the stairway going up to allow heat to go upstairs. We put in a whole new door. The door that was here, the guy who used to own the house died inside the house. They basically ripped the door to get to him. They also broke a window to get to him, in which we had to fix the window. This was in here. So that window is brand new.
Here's the second kitchen.
So this used to be a kitchen for this house before the extension went on it, and we have decided to turn it into a master bedroom. So this is going to be our master. There's a bookshelves, we're going to keep them. We have built up a frame and we're going to turn that into a closet. We went out and bought some cabinets on Craigslist, always a good place to grab them. And the cabinets, a whole bunch of cabinets, got for $300. And believe it or not, they're the exact same cabinets as we already have in the house. So I am going to chalk paint them. Again, another video that will be coming. Keep tuning. And that's the other side of the laundry room. We had to take down some of that, but it will be covered back up. So, but those were shelves. I guess that used to be a window that was there. Because again, we're inside the original house now. So that used to be a window and they just put shelves in. So that's where we're at. Coming up the steps. Going to be redoing the stairs. Had to pull all the vinyl and the carpet and everything out of it. So you come up, we step to the right, and we got a bedroom. And this is bedroom number 1. And it's got these pretty cool, and I'm going to shut these so you can have an idea what it looks like. Let me just step away here. So the closet's back there. We've got shelving and stuff like that in here, which is pretty cool. Small window going out, looks out to the backyard. And we have a front window. Yes, we have to redo the drywall on that side. Again, this house used to be vacant for 2 years. So the cold, if you ever had plaster, cold cracks the plaster and then the plaster will fall. So we're surprised we haven't had to do more. This window goes right out to the front, the porch roof, and looks off to the road, but it is so small. If there was ever a fire or something, there would be no way to get out of that window. So we're replacing both windows in both of the bedrooms, making them larger, lower, so you can step out onto the porch roof and get out of the house in case of a fire. This is the closet. The closet holds the attic door above it. And this is actually, I don't know if you can get that, probably not. There's just some shelving in there and stuff. That's above the stairs. So, back this way. This is the door to the bathroom. Sitting there, we will be reusing it. Over onto this side. The floors in here have already been redone. They're pine. All the floors in upstairs are this. We will be redoing the flooring.
I want to be quiet in my room.
We've already drywalled the ceiling in here. It used to have a drop ceiling. As you can see, some of the track still needs to come down. Took down the track ceiling. The ceiling was not in good shape, so instead of ripping out all the plaster, we drywalled right over it. Found the studs, and that way we know it'll hold up. Again, small. You have to be in it, don't you?
Yeah.
Small window. You've got to extend that, make it larger in order to be able to, in case of fire, to get out. The fireplace was open and was being used by the previous owner, but it is only 8 inches deep. It's a wonder there wasn't already a fire here. We've capped it off at the top. It is no longer viable. We will be blocking it off and taking some fiberglass and stuffing it in there to keep the cold out. So this is Desiree's room.
Get out my room.
So
Out my room.
this used to be another bedroom. Had a wall going across. Right there. It went all the way across.
Excuse me? Excuse me.
We removed the wall to open it up because, as you can see, it's very tight quarters in here. The ceiling.
I can hit my head.
Well, let's give you Desiree for an instance. Desiree is only like 4'8".
No, 5.
5 foot. Okay, she's 5 foot. Put your hand up. Touch the ceiling. No problem. I'm 5'9" and I'm okay. I have approximately about 2 inches above my head, but we ended up ripping out the whole top ceiling all the way back into the other bathroom. The reason for it is because, and looking at how this was put together, before we go and jack up a house, you got to know how the house was put together. I told you this was an addition. So I had my husband rip it all out so I could take a look and see how it was actually put together. And these beams are basically just toe-nailed in to the wood siding that was here. And some of them are not even hitting studs. They're just toe-nailed into the wood siding, and that is it. So I'm going to be jacking it up. And if I start jacking up the house, what's going to end up happening? Does anybody figure it out? As I jack up the house, the bottom of these are going to come and pull away from the house. If they pull away from the house, what ends up happening is that the whole house will fall off. So we had to put a shelf.
Whole roof?
So we put a shelf going all the way across. So if they do start pulling away and everything, that they will not pull off of the house itself. We will be jacking it up little by little. As we jack it up, we got to keep an eye on all of this and make sure it's not pulling away. We're also going to be putting in some hangers and trying to attach it to the actual studs and everything to make sure that they do not pull away from the house as it's being jacked up. There's a lot you have to think about when you're jacking up a house. You don't just start jacking it up. You got to figure out how the house was made and how it was put together. Some extra rules of our insulation. You buy 20 rolls, you get a really good discount. We end up buying 20 rolls, and this is what we have left still. We still got to insulate up here, so I don't know how many of those we're going to have left over, but it's going to be quite a bit probably. We'll figure out a way to use it. It'll all get used. The more the merrier, the warmer it is. This is all the wood that came off of the walls in the bathroom. It's pretty cool. I think so. So, what did you get out? So we are going to try to reuse it as much as we can. Anything that was in good shape, we are trying to reuse. The vanity, it's so bad underneath and everything, it's gone. We're buying new vanities. Well, not new to me, I guess I should tell you. These are all the ceiling towels from the drop ceiling. Not sure what I'm going to do with those. I have all the stuff. I was thinking about installing the drop ceiling in a canning room that I'm going to have in the basement. It'll be a cold room. And this is the bathroom, upstairs bathroom. Now I insist on removing everything. It has some nice corner. cabinet, put some towels and stuff in. It has what is the shower. We've already pulled off some of the back walls and stuff, and we still got to pull out the side walls. Has a full-size tub. Back on this side is all the plumbing back in there, which will have, there's a little door that goes across that. We just removed the door for now. This is going down into the bathroom on the first floor. We are replumbing everything with plastic. Everything is being replumbed. The toilet has already been removed. All of the iron pipe has been removed. It will be, as you can see, it will use the link. So we got some wood we have to fix and some floors that we have to fix and redo that. We think we're going to put it further into a corner there, which would make it a little bit easier for us to run a pipe all the way down into the basement and kind of move things where it should have been to begin with. It's got a nice bright window, looks out the side to our pasture. And this used to be where the vanity was. Again, it was linking. The floor is a mess. We have to fix all that. We're going to try and put in a bigger vanity in here for the kids. Lighting is all the light it used to have. And this is why I insist to my husband to pull everything off the walls. I want to see every wire and everything. And this is what was sitting behind the china cabinet. Or behind the venison cabinet. What a mess. Needs to be rewired. The whole house has already been rewired. And we're up to the second floor now. We have a outlet that has a conduit that goes to there, and which we ended up finding. It actually goes, there is a, I don't know if you can see it, there's a plate right there. If you open up the plate, that's where it goes to. No power to it. Nothing. It's just a wire that goes from a plate to an outlet. So we're going to be bringing power up. This is going to be our office. So that portion right there is the chimney that was down in the kitchen. So this is going to end up being our office. It's going to remain open like it is. Allow heat to come up through and everything, and lots of light to through. If we need to use it as a spare bedroom, we can always put up a curtain or something like that to give them some privacy, and we could put it as a spare bedroom if we need to. But that is the second floor, and that is our homestead, guys. I wanted to give you a chance to see everything, see where we're at, and what we are doing, and I'm going to walk out here so you can see the front yard. And so you have an idea of what we're getting ourselves into, what we've gotten ourselves into, not what we're getting into. We're already there. Big old tree came down. It was already down when we bought the place. We started cutting it up. Not sure how I'm going to get it down onto the ground because it's sitting on another tree. That's a hemlock that it's sitting against. And we're going to end up having to cut the hemlock down in order for this tree to fall the rest of the way down. It is approximately about 12 feet up in the air, so it's not like you can extend your arms up and start cutting it. It's pretty high up. We have right here on the side of the house, that is a well, a cistern. It's pretty deep. It has water in it. They used to have on the side of the house here is the gutter. The gutter came down, and actually the gutter is supposed to come across and fill the cistern. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to end up putting a pump on it and stuff that we can actually pump the water and use this water in the cistern to water plants and stuff like that, and animals and so on and so forth. And maybe even try and get water supply all the way over to the barn. But I wanted to give you a chance to see the other side of the house. This is the side you didn't get to see. All the stuff right there came from the bathroom. It's easier to just throw it down and we'll pick it up with a wheelbarrow and put it on our pile over by our parking, fill up the space. This was the window that used to be up that was busted in order for the firemen to get the dead guy out of the house. Do I have a problem with a dead guy being in the house? Absolutely not. I will tell you though that the carpet was disgusting because he was dead on the carpet for 2 weeks. How about that one? Do I believe in ghosts? No, I believe in Jesus Christ. So it's either absent from the body, present with the Lord. I don't believe in ghosts. Do I believe in demons? Yes, I do believe in demons, but my husband is also a pastor. So we have the house blessed. And therefore there's no demons or monsters or anything in the house. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this. This is one of many. And I hope to see you soon. I am going to be posting some pictures. I'll do a PowerPoint of what the house used to look like, where we've gone, where we're at now, and get you up to this point. If you have any questions, please leave the questions at the bottom. And, of course, hit the subscribe. And I am signing out on the Nutty Fruit Hollow. Woohoo! Can't wait. Stay tuned. Bye-bye.